Yo, what is up? What is up? I'm currently in my room, as you can see, and I'm going to be yapping about how underrated plants are, just in general. Like, this has been on my mind a lot lately. Like, okay, let me get this straight. I've always loved plants, but like, recently, I feel like boom, like my mind was just blown and I was like, whoa, we're not seeing plants. Like, sure, you might be walking down the street and you're like, yep, that's a tree, but are you seeing, bro? Like, are you seeing, bro? Like, you know when you like have good friends and you feel like they genuinely see you? Like, are you seeing plants? Because they're doing some freaking amazing stuff. Like, I'm just gonna list stuff that I've been thinking about because this is just like I feel like my mind is blown. Okay, also this is a disclaimer. I'm not a professional botanist, and the facts that I will be stating I got just from word of mouth of being a human on the earth and also from Google. But still, I'm pretty sure like 80% of what I'm saying is still going to be like relevant to the truth of like why we should love plants. So yeah, also I did take general botany in college, so yeah, I know a thing or two. I need to like, just ground myself for a second. Plants, green things, they live in the dirt. You walk on the dirt. You soak in the sun, they soak in the sun, but they make their energy from it. Like, yes, we get our energy from plants, but guess where those plants get their energy from? The sun, which is a star. So when you eat a plant, like when you're chomping on your spinach, on your plate and you go stab, you eat that spinach. When you're chomping on your spinach, you're literally, the energy that you're getting from that spinach is derived from a star, like in a galaxy. Like you do realize that, right? Like we're on the earth, dude. Like, number one reason why we should respect plants, they evolved to live on a space rock and get energy from the star first, before us. The only reason we're around is because we eat plants after they put in the work to convert some star light into energy. Like, they're the real movement behind everyone's energy on the earth. Like, you ever heard of a primary producer, bro? Like, that is bro. Bros are the primary producers of the entire earth. All life that, like, everything has to eat. If something doesn't eat sunlight, it eats vegetation. And if it doesn't eat vegetation, it eats something that eats vegetation. So vegetation is literally the basis of like how ecosystems and like how we're around, how the lions are around. Like, you think lions are cooler than plants? Where do lions get their energy from? Gazelles or something? Where do those get their energy from? Plants, dude. Plants are the core of everything that happens on the surface of the earth. Man, I didn't expect to be this fired up. I'm really passionate about this, if you couldn't tell. Okay, so that's a reason to respect plants, because literally, like, they're the basis of how we're able to even exist. Okay. First of all, plants use starlight. Like, hello, like, whoa. Second of all, they use water. Water is like pretty much exclusive to Earth, right? Like, these are like innate earthly beings. They literally absorb this substance, this clear substance that is the force of life itself. And the plants use this and they have it in them. We have it in us too. We're made of like 70%. Oh, dang it. I'm gonna wait for my dog to stop barking. Okay. We're made of like 70% of this amazing mythical liquid from the beginning of Earth time. And so are plants, dude. But the plants, they grow using this stuff. Like, you know? Like, okay, it rains. The plants literally in the ground with their roots. They're all soaking that up. They suck it up through their tracheids. Pretty sure that's their vessels. And they've been doing this for what, like thousands of years? And like water, okay, I'm getting off track here. Okay, water, okay. Plants use water, and that is amazing because water is pretty much exclusive to Earth, and scientists don't 100% know how water got here, but the theories are basically that, and this is just a quick Google search I did because I was curious, but like the hydrogen either came from like the magma under Earth's surface, and then also another theory is that water came from asteroids that were hitting the Earth. So like, this is Earth, right? Asteroids coming in, hitting the Earth, they just happen to carry this element that we need to combine with our oxygen, hydrogen, H2O type B, and it makes water, and plants use that, and it's literally the driving force of all life. Like, dude, I'm putting you guys onto plants, bro. My goal is that by the end of this video, you will look at plants differently. You'll be like looking at that potted plant that your mom has, and you're like, whoa, like, bro's a creature. Like, that's the goal. That's the goal of this video. Okay, next point. Music and plants. You vibe to music. Plants literally vibe to music because they hear they feel the vibrations. Yes, they don't hear that beautiful fireworks. I feel like glitter every time you come around. They don't hear that, but they feel the vibes, because vibes is short for vibrations, and that is what they are feeling. They feel those vibrations, and there was there's plenty of studies about how plants react to music, and when they hear the right music, the vibes that plants like jazz and like softer tones, that's the vibes that plants like. In case you didn't know, they grow taller. The plants that were exposed to like jazz music grow taller than plants that just weren't. So music helps plants grow just like us. Plant, like, okay, let's say you have a plant in your room, you're bumping that Tyler, you're bumping that we in Singapore. You're bumping that. Your plants are feeling the vibes, and if you see it start growing hecka, it probably likes the vibes. And that's just so cool, because that's a way that we can connect with plants. We both respond to music. Like, we don't physically respond to music that much. I mean, you could argue that we do. Because of like the Travis Scott concert that made humans jump for like 20 minutes and make an earthquake. That's a physical response. But I mean, like, we respond more mentally, but plants, they physically respond to music, which is just sick. Actually, no, what am I yapping about? Of course we physically respond to music. Like, music, it like de-stresses people. Yeah, so if you're feeling the vibes and there's a plant nearby, it's likely that the plant is feeling the vibes too, because that's how plants communicate too, is through vibrations and stuff like that. Now, I want to do a lot more research on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm really interested to see, because there's like a ton of things coming out like recently about how plants communicate with each other way more than we thought they did in the past. Like, they don't just communicate, through fungi, relationships with mycelium, roots under the earth, surface, like in the dirt. Like, yes, they use that to communicate, but also they use other things, like just in the air, like that we can't see. I want to do more research on this, but plants are homies with each other, just like humans make relationships. Plants, they're pretty similar to us. They have the same values as us. Sunlight, water, dirt, good soil, community, music. These creatures are literally they are living on the earth, just like us. And because of that, we have so much more in common with them than we think they do. When we're just passing by, you're like, that thing's made up of wood. Like, yes, but we all evolved from elements that are in space and on Earth. We're all connected here. We're all rare from the fact that we are on Earth and not, some other random planet way out in a different galaxy. So we're pretty similar. Like, humans were like these artistic, crazy, creative, rare creatures. Plants are rare in their own way, and they're out here supporting us, vibing to our music. They're here right with us. They're right here with us. Like, I bet my plant is listening, like, hearing the vibrations of my voice when I'm talking right now. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, basically, we are children of the stars, and so are plants, dude. So are these beautiful, slow-moving, ancient creatures of the earth that I so deeply respect, and my respect for them has only grown as I've learned more about them. And, like, I'm just hoping to share, like, some of that just amazement that I feel with you guys, because it's really cool. It's so cool. The reason that people plants are underrated is because we've grown up on the earth, like humans do, and we just have gotten used to the fact that there are multi-100-year-old huge creatures that are green spiking out of the earth everywhere. Like, oh yeah, that's just some grass. That's just a tree. I think it's an oak or something. It's got acorns. Like, that's pretty cool. We've just gotten used to the fact that that's normal. Like, you ever drive, on a road trip and there's just green pine trees just spiking out everywhere? These are creatures, dude. You're not driving through nothing. You're not driving through the middle of nowhere. You're driving through, like, thousands of creatures gathered together. And you just don't acknowledge it because you're used to it, because you grew up on Earth. But, like, looking at things with a fresh perspective, as if, you're an alien to Earth, is just so rewarding, because you realize, oh my gosh, this reality that we're in, we're so blessed to be here. I'm so blessed to witness plants live. Like, it's so beautiful. Okay. Also, the color green is, like, proven to calm down humans. And that's because of plants. That's because we grew up together on this earth. Like, sure, plants have been here a lot longer than us, but shout out to plants. That's why we're here. They help us get food. They help us way more than we think about in our daily lives. Like, think of literally anything, it's due to plants. That car that you're driving, oh yeah, it's running on fossil fuels. Bro, you're literally driving a vehicle that is running on starlight. Like, sure, it's not good for the earth, but you're driving on starlight. You do realize that, right? And we're just floating around it. We're just floating around the star. Like, this is just amazing. Like, this is why I really had to just get on here and yap about this, because I'm so freaking passionate about it. Okay. Oh yeah, I was also just talking about green naturally calms humans down. That's sick. It's because we're supposed to be in harmony with plants. It's how we evolved. Oh yeah, okay. Last reason why plants are way more complex and intuitive and sentient, if that's the right word, than you may think they are. When a plant is running low on nutrients or water, it will emit a high-pitched noise that is beyond the spectrum of noise that humans can hear, kind of like a dog whistle type thing. It's basically screaming to let other plants around it know, hey, I need water. I'm struggling out here. Plants, they scream in their own frequency that we can't hear. So how hard is it to believe that, they're actually doing a lot more things that we can't see or hear or sense with our senses, but they have senses of. Like, if their sound senses are outside of our capacity, and they don't hear music, they just hear the vibrations. We don't hear their screams, we just feel the vibrations. What else are they doing? What other plane of reality are they tapped into that our senses aren't? Because we're on a spectrum and they're on a spectrum of senses of light, color, sound, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't assume you know everything just because you're a human. Yeah, like, you're a human, you have your certain strengths and your bounds of experiencing the earth, but isn't it possible that there could be a different way of experiencing the earth, and that's how plants experience the earth? Yes, of course. You know what I'm saying? So, respect the plants in your life, dude. And I hope you make it out of this video with a whole new perspective on plants and how beautiful they are and how we should respect them more and how they're so underrated. And we're lucky. We're lucky to have plants. We're lucky. They also help with the water cycle and the carbon cycle. We are earthly. Plants are earthly. We need plants. We're born of the earth. Despite what your religious beliefs are, we need the earth to survive because we're humans. We're of earth, and so are plants. And we have all these complex things going on in our lives. Plants are doing their lives too. They're out here. They feel the vibrations. They have senses. They respond to their environment. So yeah, next time you see a tree, go up, put your hand on its bark, look up at its beautiful fabric of branches that it's just grown, worked so hard to create, and feel its aura, dude. Feel the aura of that tree. It'll be great. It'll be great. I love doing that. Hug a tree if you want. Why not? We love trees out here. So yeah, that is my rant. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something from it. I hope that now, the next time you look at a plant, you'll be a little more inquisitive and have a deeper respect for how amazing it is that it's here, existing in this plane of reality with us, on the earth, floating in the universe. So yeah, peace out. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If not, that's okay. Yeah. Spread some love to the plants in your life and the people in your life. Peace out.
I'll be popping. Sparkles and